Everybody, what's going on? We got some Guns N' Roses news. So if you guys are fans in the UK and you're disappointed by the fact that Guns only announced one date for London, they've announced a second show, which is going to be the day after their first show, which was announced. So they're going to be playing a second show. They're originally only going to be playing Friday, June 16th next year in London's Queen Elizabeth Park. They're now added a second show for the following night on Saturday, June 17th, which is also on sale now. So good news for UK fans. There should be some other European dates added too, I imagine. And then we've also got a story from Richard Fortus. He talked about being mistaken for Izzy Stradlin and taking Izzy's gig. So as you guys know, Richard Fortus did an interview with KSHE, and he basically said on his way back to the UK to finish that tour, he was sitting in LAX, and a guy comes up to me and basically asked him if he was Izzy Stradlin, and he said, nobody's ever asked me that before. And I looked around and I said, is this a joke? He says, no, I'm not, but I think I just took his gig. This was around the time that he was playing with Enrique Iglesias, and he was going to go fly in and rehearse with Guns N' Roses to see if he was going to be part of the band. And he said, yeah, I don't know, it was just a funny thing that happened. He also talked about how he actually joined Guns N' Roses. He said he was actually on tour, believe it or not, with Enrique Iglesias, and he was in the middle of the tour in Europe, and he had just gotten a call from Tommy Stinson, who was a friend of his. Brain was also a friend, and or he wasn't sure if it was Josh Reese at the time. Josh Reese, who was playing drums at the time for Guns. He said, anyway, I played with those guys and worked with them doing studio work. They called me and said, hey, how would you be interested in auditioning? I said, sure. So I found a 3-day window after I finished our last tour at Albert Hall. I had a car waiting, went straight to the airport, flew to LA, did the audition. He said everybody in the band was there, including Axl, and he hung out with Axl that night, talking, listening to music in the car and stuff like that. And he said that Axl pretty much told him that night that Richard was in the band if he wanted to be. And he said he had to tell Axl that he can't start yet because he still had 2 weeks of touring left. And basically Axl looked at him and said, are you kidding me? And he thought about it for a second and goes, well, we'll wait for you because I don't know. I know you won't do it for me. So that's basically the story of how Richard Fortus got into Guns N' Roses. Let me know your guys' thoughts. That does it for today's news. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, make sure you subscribe for the latest Guns N' Roses news. Take care.